that, I do not criticise businesses who hire overseas workers. And I certainly don't diminish the contribution that migration makes to our economy, to our public services, and of course to our communities. Migration is part of our national story. It always has been, always will be.
Better skills training we called migration, VALS PM. As you all know, we have new Prime Minister in the United Kingdom, and one of his manifestos, or let me say, out of the list of his plans, the manifestos during his campaign, he currently has already ticked two out of his list. And now the third one to tick is what I'm going to share with you in today's video. This might not be a good news for everybody, but of course, I need to keep you updated on what is happening on this side. So guys, I need you to sit with me, and so that this will help you to know what decision to make next. My name is Okpeyemi. If you are coming to my YouTube channel for the very first time, I share content that has to do with relocation abroad, faith, anything that has to do with growth and development, opportunities abroad at large, both remote works, and everything you can think of abroad is what I share here. So if this is your kind of content, or this is the kind of content you like to listen to, please, I'll encourage you to please subscribe to this YouTube channel and be a part of this family. I want to appreciate my regular subscribers, those who still come back here to watch my videos. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you for your support. Thank you for coming back to watch my videos. And now we are here today again. Let's watch this together again. Before we continue on today's video, I want to introduce you to a platform called Lemfi. Lemfi is a platform where you can transfer money internationally to any country. So if you are abroad and you're willing to send money to international banks, or you're trying to send money into other countries, you can make your transfer, you can make your currency conversion swiftly in a matter of seconds. So this is what I've used myself, and I will encourage you to also be part of this. Now you will see the login or the sign up link in the comment section, and of course don't forget to use this referral link you're seeing on my screen. That is my link, that is my code. Don't forget to use my referral code, and of course you will thank me later. So in today's video, let's see what Keir Starmer, the new Prime Minister, has to say about care workers, about immigrants, so to say. Let's see what he has to say. He said better skills training will cut migration, VALS PM. So one of the things he mentioned in his manifesto is to cut down net migration. Although this particular manifesto, this is a particular point, to cut down net migration is what all of those who compete for this election has put in their manifesto, in their plan for this during the campaign. And now Sir Keir Starmer has said his planned shake-up of training in England will reduce the need for firms to hire from abroad. So in a speech, the Prime Minister said a lack of workplace skills had made the UK reliant on higher and higher levels of migration. Labour is likely to face public and political pressure to reduce legal migration from record high in the wake of Brexit. Now, it does not have an overall net migration target, but wants to cut demand for overseas hire by more strongly linking training with migration policies. Okay, so this is to say that now what the new PM wants to do is that he wants to educate, he wants to train, he wants employers to train people that are already in the UK, either you're an immigrant already, or you are planning to, you're already in the UK, or you're an immigrant. He wants employers, he wants companies to train their staff, to train people who are already in the UK, instead of depending wholly on foreign workers, on immigrants. So what he's saying is that one of his own targets is to ensure or to cut the demand for overseas hires by more strongly linking trainings for migration policy. So it requires training. Now you want employees to train people who are already in the UK, so that even if there will be need to, bring in overseas worker, it will be definitely reduced to a minimal level. Minister wants a new government body, Skills England, to work with other advisors to plug skill gaps in key sectors. Now, some of these sectors include the IT sectors, the social and healthcare system, the care workers, and all of that. So he wants all of these, sectors to be equipped with people that have been, trained instead of recruiting from overseas. Now, let's talk about the pay demand that he mentioned about. He said he also admitted that higher salaries would also be required to reduce foreign hires, adding an element of what to be about pay, of course. So now he's suggesting, or he's believing that if the salary of people currently working are increased, then it could be an encouragement for them to pick more time or to pick more job to do, or it will encourage the people who are not currently working, maybe the people within the system themselves, to want to come into working to get good jobs to do, because the pay is quite attractive. So he's suggesting that higher salary would also be required to reduce foreign hires. So it means that people who are in the country who are not working might be encouraged to work once the salaries are increased. Also, he cited Labour's plan for collective pay bargaining in the social care sector, one of the most reliant on overseas workers, as an example of what his new government was planning to find the right balance on wages. So now he's planning to, really do a lot of collective pay bargaining on social care sector. Now, the reason this is happening is because the social care sector in particular is fully, or let me say is more, it involves immigrants. We in the social care sector, we have more immigrants than every other sectors, and so this is a major place to look into. So he says, however, the party faces a tough background on public sector spending. Independent pay review bodies have recommended 5.5% rises for teachers and certain NHS staffs, more than the Treasury has expected, with recommendations for other sectors also due in coming weeks. So this is to say that the plan to increase the salary of people or for workers is actually in progress, and I think this is starting with the teachers. Currently, from what I just read to you, it says the teachers' salary will be increased by 5.5%. That is for teachers and for certain NHS staff. As a matter of fact, NHS job at large gives visa sponsorship. I'm sure a lot of people are aware of this. So if you require a job or you need a job with visa sponsorship, you can be sure that you can get a visa sponsorship job from the NHS. So if you need any job with visa sponsorship, you might want to go into the NHS, portal, or through the normal way. If you have gone through my videos before now, you would have seen how to search for job, apply for job with the NHS. If you still want to do that, please, you can visit my previous videos on how you can get jobs with the NHS. I've explained that step by step in some of my previous videos, so please do well to check back on that. So it says that in subsequent days, the salary of other sectors will also be reviewed, to, of course, for the purpose of increment, which is actually also a good point. Okay, so before the election, Labour pledged to make it harder for companies that refuse to comply with training plans to hire workers from abroad. So if any company is not ready to train, it's going to be difficult to bring in or to hire workers from abroad, although the detailed plan has not been published. So now it's going to be harder to get um immigrants to work for you. You must train the people who are already in the system, who are already working very well for the job, before you can look into overseas worker or immigrant. So you need to look at people within your vicinity, look at people within the country that you can train, hire into the job before you look into the foreign workers. So it means that the people that were already in the country, it looks more like a priority to be brought into the job or into the work system than considering the immigrants. Net migration to the UK was 685,000 last year, down from the record of 745,000 in 2022, but still higher than any year before the Brexit. Now, the work visa granted in the last 2 years has grown sharply, largely as a result of an expansion in the healthcare worker route. Now, under Boris Johnson, everybody knows that the healthcare worker system is one of the best, one of the easiest, one of the rampant, common route, and this is because the healthcare system has been greatly enlarged. You have more older people. You have even people that used to be used to care for people now require care for themselves. So the healthcare system is becoming wider and bigger. So there's need for more workers to fill up several roles in the UK, and that is why there is huge, you know, immigration through the health worker route. Now, it says, but whatever the effect of labor skills policy, experts predict the migration figure for 2024 is likely to be lower due to changes in the salary requirement announced last year. If you remember that I made a video about the salary requirement for care workers. So if you're a care worker and you want to bring in your family to the UK, what the information said last year was that you have to earn a salary that is above maybe 29,700 or thereabout before you can bring in a dependent. Yeah. So it means that now in the UK, it's very difficult to see a care worker who is going to be paid that price, that amount of money. No employer is going to pay you maybe 30,000, 27,000, 28,000, 29,700 as a care worker. It's quite difficult, and because that is difficult, it means it's difficult to bring in dependent. Which it strictly means that as long as you can get an employer that will pay you that amount, then you can bring in dependent with you, and that is one of the things that has also really reduced the net migration in the UK in 2023, and now it's still taking effect, it's still active in 2024. So let's talk about the apprenticeship funding. Under Labour plans, Skill England is also due to take on new responsibilities for deciding the future direction of skills trading. Says the body will decide which course should be able to benefit from funding currently reserved for creating apprenticeship. Now it says paid job that allows recruit to gain experience in the workplace alongside training or study. So now, like some other countries, as a student, of course, you can work and get training, which is quite all right. And now they are emphasizing the need to be able to allow recruits to gain experience in the workplace alongside training or studying. So either you're studying or you are already a worker. Of course, you can get recruitment to any at least to any length. You can be a worker and still get trained and still be getting paid at your job, just like some other countries do. So personally, looking at this particular point, it means that we can hope that the training from students, when students are currently working, and of course they can be trained, it means that we might say that there will be opportunity for international students, so to say, to be able to work, but we don't know yet if there will be an upgrade information for them to be able to bring family or whatever. But as it stands now, they just want to ensure that the training is active for those that are working or for those that are studying. So Labour wants to let eligible firms use up to 50% of their cash to fund other types of training in a bid to make companies more responsive to skills demand. So Labour urged the existing apprenticeship level introduced by the Tories in 2016 has resulted in a fragment system and a low take-up from employers. So now employers must ensure training takes place, ensure they are trained, and of course they train everyone they hire. And this has been the personally, from my experience, I believe that this has been the normal route. But I think there is just maybe an extra lens to this, making sure that you train people. As a matter of fact, anybody that wants to work will work. Anybody that doesn't want to work will not work. You of course you can't force people to go to the office. Do you understand? So I think that is one of the reasons they're trying to increase salary to also encourage people to take up jobs, to take up roles in different organizations. So for now, we don't know if um there will be a complete restriction on immigrants, but from my own point of view, I know that some of these sectors will definitely always need immigrants. Before now, people have been, trained to pick up job roles. These are the things that you always hear. Even in job description, when you try to apply for a job, you see that you'll be trained, you'll be trained, you'll be trained. So for everybody that picks up a job or the other, you'll be trained. You have some probation period for you for the company to know how much you are getting into the system, getting used to how things are done at the place of work and all of that. So I think it's the normal thing that is just being re-emphasized on, but we don't know if anything's going to change. So guys, what do you think? Do you think something's going to change? Do you think the Tories are going? I mean, you think Labour or the new Prime Minister is going to make decisions that favor immigrants, or do you think that immigrants will be stopped, or it's just going to be minimized? I don't know, but we can keep our fingers crossed and watch out to see what happens next. About the decision from the Prime Minister. So, guys, whatever the decision is, I'll be here to give you the update. But I want us to keep our fingers crossed and see. However, the plan to train people, according to what we've read here, there is no particular period now. It has not been mentioned that it is to be ready next year, to be ready 2 years time, but this is just in the plan that is going to be done. We don't know how long. So while we wait, don't forget to still reach out to companies that are, releasing job roles. There are job roles that you can still take up. I shared on my video on my channel jobs with visa sponsorship, remote jobs with visa sponsorship. Some of these jobs can allow you bring in your dependent, because these jobs, they pay you up to the salary increment that allows you to bring your dependent. So you might want to check into that in my previous video. So today I'm just going to stop here, and I'm going to come back again and share more information. And don't forget, please, do share this video to people who needs to see it, who needs to watch it, who needs to be updated about what's going on in the UK. The question is there hope for immigrants in the UK? See you guys later. Let me hear your comment. Let me hear your feedback in the comment section. Is there hope for immigrants in the UK? Let me hear, or let me see your comment or your reaction in the comment section. Thank you so much, guys, and I'm going to see you later. Have a wonderful time. Bye.